Every time you swipe your card, launch an app, or send a message across the globe, you are stepping into a world you didn't build. You are moving through a massive, invisible infrastructure designed by a mind that thinks in pure logic. Most see the app. The architect sees the skeleton. Most see the button. The architect sees the cascading flow of a million decisions happening in a microsecond. We live in a civilization built on silicon and software. Yet the masters of this realm remain in the shadows. They are the software architects, the digital high priests who decide how reality functions. They don't just write code. They write the laws of physics for the digital age. If they make a mistake, banks collapse, planes stall, and the modern world grinds to a halt. Today, we go beyond the screen. We are entering the mind of the master coder. We are looking at the cold, ruthless logic required to build worlds out of nothing but thought. The digital frontier is expanding. If you want to be the one who builds it rather than just living in it, subscribe. Join the architects of the future. Let's look at the blueprint. Section 1. The Blueprint of Chaos. A junior coder worries about how to write a function. A software architect worries about how that function will behave 10 years from now when it's being hit by 1 billion users. They don't build for today, they build for eternity. Architecture is the art of predicting failure. The architect looks at a beautiful idea and asks, where will it break? They see a system as a living organism that must breathe, scale, and defend itself. They don't care about the language of the weak. They care about structural integrity. In a world obsessed with moving fast and breaking things, the architect is the one who ensures the foundation stays solid while the walls are moving. They think in abstractions. They build components that are decoupled, modular, and resilient. To an architect, code is just the brick. The design is the cathedral. They are the ones who turn a chaotic mess of requirements into a streamlined, high-performance machine. But a blueprint is useless without a strategy for growth. An architect's greatest challenge isn't building a system. It's making sure that system can grow without devouring itself. Section 2. The Logic of Scalability. The world is exponential. A system that works for 1,000 people is a toy. A system that works for 1 billion is an empire. This is the cold logic of scalability. An architect doesn't just add more servers. They re-engineer the soul of the software. They use microservices, load balancers, and distributed databases like a general deploying troops across a continent. They understand that the biggest enemy of growth is complexity. Their job is to fight that complexity every single day, keeping the system simple enough to survive, yet powerful enough to dominate. They manage the technical debt, the hidden interest that accrues when you make lazy decisions. The architect is the one who says no to a feature today to save the company tomorrow. It is a position of extreme responsibility. They are the guardians of the long-term vision, standing firm against the pressure of the immediate. But even the most scalable system is a target. In the digital world, to be visible is to be hunted. Section 3. The Fortress Mindset. In the mind of a master coder, security isn't a feature you add at the end. It is the very fabric of the architecture. They assume the system is already compromised. They build with a zero-trust philosophy. Every entry point is a liability. Every user is a potential threat. The architect designs compartmentalization, the digital equivalent of a submarine's bulkheads. If one section floods, the ship stays afloat. They engineer encryption that would take 1,000 years to crack and authentication systems that are as cold and unyielding as a mountain. They don't just protect data. They protect the integrity of the logic. They ensure that even if a hacker gets inside, they find themselves in a labyrinth with no exit. This is the invisible shield that keeps your life private and your assets safe. The architect is the one who sleeps at night knowing they've built a fortress that can survive a siege. Beyond the walls and the engines, there is a higher level of architecture, one that doesn't just support a business, but dictates the future of human interaction. Section 4. The Digital Governance. The ultimate power of the software architect is systemic governance. By designing the architecture of a platform, they are designing the behavior of the humans who use it. When an architect decides how data flows, they are deciding who sees what, when, and how. They build the feedback loops that keep you engaged. They design the incentive structures that drive the global economy. This is not just engineering. It is social engineering at scale. The master coders are the ones who write the algorithms that decide which businesses thrive and which ideas die. They are the invisible hands in the machine. They create the ecosystems that we all inhabit. Whether it's a social network, a financial grid, or a global supply chain, the architect's logic is the invisible hand that guides every interaction. This is the true high stakes of software, the power to define the parameters of human freedom. You see the world differently now. You see the grid. But understanding the grid is only the beginning. The software architect knows that their work is never truly finished. They build in a world of shifting sands, where technology changes, but logic remains eternal. While others follow the trends, the architect follows the principles. They are the ones who stay calm when the servers catch fire. They are the ones who find the elegant solution in a sea of mess. The digital world is expanding, and the demand for architects has never been higher. The question is, will you be a user of someone else's logic? Or will you be the one who writes the code that governs the world? The blueprint is in your hands. If you have the logic of an architect, leave a code in the comments. Check the description for our resources on high-stakes software strategy. The digital world needs its masters. Start building yours today.